Yo. Welcome back. I'm Shiko.
I'm Nyam.
And I'm Gathoni.
Boring.
And this
I'm not
is.
getting in on your mess.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See.
See. Well done.
I don't understand what's
Gathoni, you're
happening.
the fakest. You're the one who always
Please.
sings in any opportunity.
Yeah, and you guys are doing
But
the
now you've
most.
refused in my song.
I don't. I don't know what's happening.
You don't
I'm
want
not
to
going to be
sing
involved.
yo-yo?
No. The world needs to know I'm the same
We
sister.
sang Yo-Yo in the opera.
We sing yo-yo, man.
I just like how you think you're the hope for the sane sister. Anyway, how are you guys doing today?
Super.
Well,
Shaman.
what has been going on in your worlds?
My work bestie got married.
Woo, 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 woo.
Oh,
Yeah.
woo, woo, baby, baby,
Tell you, she was
oh.
the most beautiful bride.
My housewife's bestie.
Yes, your housewives, your reality TV. She does all of them. You guys, I don't understand you too.
And my
But yeah,
personality twin.
and your twin. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
she got married yesterday. It was such a beautiful wedding. It was meant to rain. It didn't. It was just so excellent. She looked so nice. She looked so nice. And then those weddings. I feel like there are two types of weddings. Well, three. There's two. Let me put it as I'll leave it as three. There's one wedding where you arrive and you're like, okay,
Final answer.
three is
There's
good.
one wedding for the rest of your
No,
life.
but I'm like, there are three types of weddings. There's one where you get in and you're like, I guess it's okay. They're kind of cool. They might make it. There's one you get there and you're like making bets for 6 months, 3 weeks. How long do you think it's going to take? But then there's weddings like theirs where it's just like, it's like the atmosphere changes and you can feel like love, and then you can feel like everyone is like supportive, and then it's tangible. That one. They have the tangible
Mm.
love. And I just love such weddings because then the whole place is a vibe. Our table, we knew no one, and at the end, we were all picking stories like we've been friends forever. It's just everyone ends up being like friends, and you're just like friendly, and there's no drama. It's just so excellent. So I
How
also,
was the food?
it was actually good.
It
There was
was
no
really
ho
good, actually.
from Madame Capsicum.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
In
so there
all the
was like,
food.
Was it
yeah,
was it regular wedding food?
no, no pilau, no mukimo, um,
No jahe.
no jahe. There was spaghetti
Wait.
and mincemeat. I've never seen that at a wedding. There was like 15,000 salads. Um, there was like meat as usual. Meat was the one constant, but yeah, I don't think there was anything out of the ordinary. The only thing I think that was constant was the nyama. Everything else, like there was no pilau.
Ooh,
It was really nice.
nice. Congratulations and wishing you the best.
Yay. How are you, Shiko?
Nyam? Oh, me.
Yeah.
Me, I'm fine. Actually, last week I had a party. I had a Halloween party, a Bucaccio Halloween.
Woo
It
woo!
Abu
was actually
Cacho.
really nice. A Bucaccio Halloween. Actually, this year it was a Bucaccio spectacular or spooktacular.
Ooh.
Um, anyway,
Fancy.
this is becoming my thing. If I throw one party a year, I feel like this might be it. Actually, no, because I feel like I need a year of recovery and then next whatever. Anyway, it was a really good time. I had about 15-ish friends come over. 15 to 20 people were in my house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Um, for food, I went to Costco and bought frozen stuff. We had like mozzarella sticks, frozen pizzas, and jalapeno poppers. So like jalapenos stuffed with like cheese and wrapped
Mm.
in bacon.
Mm.
Um, and then what else did we have? I bought naan. Like I didn't want to buy pita, so I bought naan, but they have these little mini ones, so they're like mini naans literally. So they're like bite-sized little
So they can
tuninis
work like
Yeah.
chips.
and a bunch of dips. But they're not crispy. So they're like regular naan, but then
Ah,
they're just like bite-sized
nice.
whatevers. Yeah. So that was the vessel, yani the bread
Oh
that people were
wow!
using as their
Wow.
dips
I
and
wanna be
everything.
the vessel you walk through. I'm back.
Ooh,
Wow.
wow.
She's back. Anyway, yeah. Cornelius, it's not
Cornelia
the
said,
disco right now.
they're
Cornelia
Hello.
going to know
said,
I'm here.
ding a ling a ling,
I know.
money ain't nothing.
Church bell a ring.
Ding a ling a ling. School bell a ring.
Oh,
It's
it's
not a church bell.
anyway. I think
Nyam
you should be
said,
proud that I even had the next sentence, guys. I mean,
You're right.
school, church,
You're right.
whatever it is, the fact that I
Very
had a bell
good.
a ring
Jobless.
is, I mean, we can end the episode here, please. Wow.
not in the intro. You said thank you for giving us 10 minutes of your time.
Yeah. What else did I have? So for dips, I had like a pimento cheese dip with jalapenos. I had like a French onion dip, but instead of just regular French onion, it was Gruyere and
Yeah.
roasted onions. So it
Oh
was
my
really
God.
good.
All you're doing is
And
making me upset
then
that I
we
don't
had
live in
marinara
America.
sauce for the mozzarella sticks and everything. I was gonna make pilau because I was like, this is the whitest food I've ever given, quite honestly, at a party. Like these are just two bitings. I was like, where's the rice? Where's the
Yeah.
meat? Where is the
Where's
chapati?
the
You
chapo?
know? Exactly. But I feel like I always like go overboard with like the cooking and everything, and that
Mm.
makes people too comfortable and they stay too long. So
Mm.
I've noticed when I'm having parties like that, I'll have enough bitings so people are not hungry
Okay.
at the party. First of all, I just finished watching New York Housewives. If you guys have been following, and the reason I bring this up is because I know that your work bestie knows about
For sure.
this. There's this one girl who is always hungry because every time they go to parties, these people are just serving little apps and no
She's
food.
like, where's the
So
food?
I try not to be that person who invites people to a party and there's like
No
no food.
food.
Exactly. So even if we didn't have pilau, I feel like my bitings were enough
Yeah.
that people were still fed. Anyway, me and Christian were Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber. We did the whole Krispy Kreme sweatpants and Crocs and
Very
red dress
cool.
situation. It actually turned out really well. I've always wanted to marry Justin Bieber, so that was my night. Um,
Wow.
and
What a
then
wow.
after that, I changed because it's my party. I'm gonna have two outfits.
Yes,
Yes.
I
I
can do what I
changed to my
want to.
party look. So, period. I had an Ice Spice moment for the actual party portion of the event
Hey.
later on in the night, which was
Nice.
fun. So, yeah, it was a good turnout. I was managed to have my house clean by the time I was going to bed, kind
Yes.
of ish.
Thanks God.
Like everything was consolidated, everything was put away. Like I walked into the kitchen in the morning and I was like, oh my gosh, you couldn't tell there was a party here. So I was happy.
That's nice.
I wish I
What
could
a
Yeah.
buy
win.
all of those things, those dips and everything. Here, in order to have a nice dip, you gotta DIY it.
Anyway, I can send you the recipes. You have a sister there who can cook for you.
Thanks. I'm not going
Wow.
to host, but maybe you can send them to her. Yum.
Anyway, Nyam,
How
how
was your
was your
week?
week?
My week was awesome. I had of course there's the wedding which was yesterday, which was so nice. And I also think it was also so beautiful because like the rain held, like it didn't rain the whole day, not until like way later in the evening. And it was an afternoon wedding too, so I still felt like rested in the morning. It was a nice day. We had a bit of some drama on the way back, like the weather and the trip from Limuru. I was just like, I think we need to be getting drivers for this situation. I was a bit frazzled on the drive, but we got here in one piece. Glory to God. Um,
Amen.
I had a good week though, also on the work front. I had some trainings. One of the programs that I've been working on was closing on Friday. And so they had a pitch day. I had been their pitch coach, but then they asked me to also be a judge on that day. It was just so awesome to see the growth of all the people since they started the program, like in July to now. And I was saying that's like the thing about specific work like that I do, is there's like some form of instant gratification, not instant in the sense that they learnt it instantly, but seeing the growth now, like on a pitch day, I was just like, oh my gosh, my work is done. Like, even if I don't get paid, no, I will still be
Ah,
paid, but
You must
I
get paid.
said,
I
what
must
is
get paid.
this? No,
I must get
Hey,
paid. I
hebu
said,
sema hiyo
you
do
know,
not
mate.
put that out in the air.
take
Knock
two,
on
take
on,
two,
Let's change that
knock on
statement.
wood.
Take two.
take
Knock on
two,
wood
take
Three,
two,
fast. Knock
two,
on wood.
take two.
one, clap.
Even if I don't receive immediate feedback from the funder and the
Thank
program,
you.
Non-monetary
um,
feedback, you mean?
yes, of course.
Thank you. Uh-huh.
I feel like just even seeing their growth myself, but then even them admitting how different they feel and how confident they are in the time since we've been interacting, like that's it's like my high. It's the reason I do what I do. So I'm really excited about that. Yeah, so that's one of the highs of my week, but it was a good week overall. Um, yeah.
Great.
Are y'all
Jerk.
ready for the
Spin
wheel?
for us.
Like a
Yeah.
record. Spin, 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 spin me up. Like the way you play. Spin, spin, spin me, yeah.
Spinning
Like
without the sound
spin,
again.
spin, spin me up. Me up. Me
Gathoni
up.
is
Me
cancelled because she doesn't sing when I want her
What's wrong with
to.
the two of you, honestly?
It's the genes that were passed down to us by our ancestors.
Ah, wow.
They should have just passed down different
Yeah,
ones
I'm like, these are the
because,
ones that they
quite
chose
honestly,
for us.
I feel like nowadays the wheel likes this category. On my wall is where we've landed.
anyway, I have someone who's on my wall, so it's fine. We can
Pull
leave.
up.
We can leave. The person who is on my wall this week is Kimberly Noel Kardashian.
And that's
Yes.
on
Now,
per.
I just feel like there's something about that woman when I watch her like maneuver through life from the internet, from a very limited view I am
Of
very
course.
aware of.
Yeah.
I said from my front seat of the website on the internet.
I said from exactly.
From my front seat on
I
Instagram.
just from my front seat on TikTok,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Kim and North,
Yes.
Jimenez.
I think there's just something that I've really been appreciating about how she carries herself recently. Like this 40-year-old Kim is kind of my vibe.
Mm.
Like she's
Mm.
very has her hand in very many things business wise. Skims is doing great. Just did deals with like a bunch of football players, Akina Neymar and everything.
And also, she's
And
now the
then
partner for the
also with the
WNBA and
NBA.
NBA. Yeah.
Exactly. So killing it the game there. And then she's also doing her, I don't know, index fund, Sky Partners m- situation there. I've also been watching the season this year, Kardashians on Hulu. And I feel like she's the only one bringing it. Her and, well, Chloe always brings
I
it.
was going to be
Yeah.
like, you better
Um,
take it back. But
Yeah, Chloe
okay.
always brings it. And also Kylie. Kylie is back in her King Kylie era, which I'm living for.
Mhm.
But you only ever see like 5 minutes of Kylie. But Kim just feels real. She feels like she's just speaking like, when people have made it and you can tell that people have stopped trying to make it. They're just kind of like,
Mhm.
it is what it is. I'm here right
Yeah.
now. Like
Yeah.
take me for who I am, kind of
Yeah.
almost. Like obviously still curated. That's kind of the vibe I've been getting and I've been living for it. Like she's the funny one on the show. She's saying relatable shit. She's still killing it business wise. She doesn't like dancing, but she's still trying to dance online with her
On her
daughter. Like
daughter's TikTok.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I know.
That's
It's
how I know
just
she's a
giving.
good mom. Like
Oh,
she refused to dance with Prince,
yeah.
but she was like, my daughter needs to do a TikTok. So yeah, yeah.
I know.
Wild.
And then another reason, like I can tell that she probably is a really genuinely good person, is because her circle stays the same. Like her friends have been the same people since school.
Fact.
You know what I
Mm.
Yeah, yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like she's had the same people around her and whatever. So
I actually saw a
yeah.
But
TikTok.
Shiko, the way she dresses, she's such a bad role model. Wow.
Gathoni,
I
please.
wanted to do it for the people who've been thinking it through this whole thing, just so that they're like this balance. There's no balance. I just wanted to say it for them because they're saying it to their earphones.
No, I mean,
Thank
anyway, I
you.
won't even mention that. But I was saying I saw on TikTok someone posting like, are all the daughters whose dads have mental illness okay? After seeing North being her dad's mascot. You know, for Halloween, she
Oh
was the
yeah.
college
The
dropout
college dropout.
bear.
Yeah.
Um, and I was like, I have never even thought about that perspective. But in the comments of that TikTok, like a lot of people were like, it really means a lot to be a mom who doesn't put down the dad who has issues so that your child can still admire them and want to be like them or celebrate them, even though things haven't worked out on like their relationship front. So
Yeah.
that's another thing, I
And
guess. Yeah.
that's a really big one too, because even like when she was doing the whole thing, I don't know if you watched the Angie Martinez podcast. She
Mm-mm.
has this thing called In Real Life on YouTube. You guys should actually really check it out. It's really powerful. She interviews celebrities, and most of the time it's people who've gone through something tragic or lost someone,
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
and how they've maneuvered life with such big life circumstances happening to them. And she was talking on that interview and pretty much saying like her kids have no idea about what's going on with her and her father and their father. She Because she literally like curates everything that they see online, because the last thing she wants is for her kids to see all the shit that their father is doing in the media, and for them to have a different perspective on who he is when he's not that person to them, you know?
Yeah.
Mm.
Whoa.
Yeah. So it takes a big person to also want to um raise someone in a good light when they've done a lot of shit to you.
Yeah.
Fact.
Mhm.
Nambura, what's on your
So
wall?
that is on my wall. Hi and have BBL.
Gang.
Hey. So I think on my wall, I'm gonna have a picture of all the entrepreneurs from this project that just closed. It was like 11 different entrepreneurs, and the program was focusing on researchers. Like, and so a lot of them are doctors, like PhD holders in biochemistry, in chemistry, and so also by virtue of that they were all a lot older. You know, they're all professors from universities, but the way they approached this program in terms of turning their research into something that can go into the market is like, you know, seeing older people who have an open mind and who are open to learning, it's really so rare. And so watching them grow so much, yes, but then also watching them have an open mind, watching them be so passionate about like the things they're doing. I mean, like trying to get them away from speaking like jargon because that's all they know. You know, they're telling you about like enzymes they've developed, or you know, like some kind of biopesticide, but then trying to get them to think about it in the way that a farmer would understand, and seeing them be so receptive and turning towards that. So basically, all the entrepreneurs that were part of the research to commercialization program that is run by the USAID,
What a sentence.
Victoria
Gang, it's that
Ventures,
jargon
and
he's
Kenya
talking about.
Innovation
Hey.
Agency. Those are the
Yes.
people on my wall.
Woo!
Hey, 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 hey,
Hey.
hey.
Yeah.
You on my wall.
Yeah,
You're
I'm like,
sitting
you
on
should
Kim's
be on
butt.
the wall. No,
Shuko.
Wearing
Anyway,
You're
it's really enough
skims.
balancing.
for me.
In skims.
Yeah.
I thank you.
In Sims.
You're in skims
I
on her butt.
appreciate. I accept. Thank you. Did you see that she has a new
Wow.
bra that actually shows nipples? By the way, that's so
Yes.
interesting.
I
I
did.
could have
That
been
So
one that
roasting
one
her.
is that one is not for me.
it's
Please.
for Gen Z guys. It's perfect
Please.
because she was like, there is a they want
Please.
they're trying to free the nipples. How do you get them to buy a bra? Free the nipple for them that is trapped in the bra. It's perfect marketing.
Anyway, Gathoni,
Kimberly
who's
wins
on your
again.
wall?
um, on my wall, I'm going to put my bestie and her husband because they met in an elevator.
Work bestie?
My work bestie and her husband. My real
Hey, I
bestie
was
doesn't have a
very
husband.
confused.
Guys, please,
I was like,
Hey.
we are
undercover
marrying each
lover?
other. No, please, don't even claim a man for her. Oh my god,
Married in first
you are
sight.
trying to ruin our lives, my bestie. We are single together. Only one of us is in the streets, and it's not her. Anyway, on my wall is my work bestie and her husband, Ange and Liam. Because I mean, they met in an elevator. First of all, what in real life? So I'm putting them on my wall because in this life that we live, in this time and age, there's very many things that make you not believe in love. And because they're an example that love is real, not like flashy love, not for Instagram, not for none of that business, just like quiet, fun. We can be friends, show up for each other, like rock hard for each other type love. Like love for if you're sick, I'ma be there in sickness and health type love. That like that exists for us. Um I still don't believe in it for myself, but I'm glad it exists for the children to see, you know, where it's just like I like love and I like to see it really just be like when people are like, Who, what? It's not true. And I'm like, hold up, it is. Look over there. So they're on my wall for
Mm.
that reason. And yeah, I mean, I
Were they
wish
going
them
up or down?
a happy going down. They were leaving work, and she was just like, "Hey," her best friend was saying in her speech yesterday. She was like, "Oh my god, you've gone from being the guy elevator guy in our chats to being the husband." Because at the beginning, men,
So
you never
cute.
have a
Mm.
name; you have a theme, okay? And
Gym
please,
guy.
you are gym guy, blue t-shirt, black hat. That's all you are in our chats. And
Rugby guy.
rugby guy.
Yeah.
And you
Rugby
only know you have
2023.
Since Nyam has a theme,
Nyama as a theme. And you
we
only
have to give
know,
them yes.
yeah, and you only
Oh
know you've
God.
made it when we get a name. And when the name comes, it's like, who's that? It's like, oh, it's elevator guy. And you're like, oh, that's his name. Wow. And it'll still take
Yeah.
Kumbe.
6 months before we are like, oh, we have switched from elevator guy. Sometimes even we can't be bothered to say elevator guy, you're just EG. So please, men, don't show off. I mean, before you show yourself
Wow.
acting a fool, understand if you are not named on the charts, you ain't nobody. Okay? That's
Have you
today's
ever gone
theme.
through your contacts and seen like people who are like named other things and like tried to figure it out years
Let me
later?
tell you. Yes.
Like, who is
And because I
this?
My
name no
guy, I
one
have
with
a
their
don't
names.
pick in my phone and I can't tell you who don't pick is.
And a WhatsApp. There's no picture of Don't Pick. If you go on WhatsApp,
No,
if they've
don't
saved
pick
your
is not on
number,
WhatsApp.
oh, then
Whoa,
you
whoa,
for
whoa,
sure
whoa, whoa,
don't
whoa,
pick
whoa.
because what are they
Don't
doing?
pick, don't pick, please.
Yeah.
Don't pick is a criminal
Hey, if they're not on
Don't
WhatsApp,
pick
they are
it must
criminal.
be.
Anyway, I
Like I
want
don't
or
to
even know when I
American.
met.
Anyway.
yeah. Guys, I have a rant before we start the episode. Are you ready for my rant?
Okay.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, this is for everyone who gives services to people. Don't be mean to people who are nice to you, okay? This is the thing. I went to my nail person because I'm a nice person who doesn't make noise. I've been rescheduled 17 times for 2 weeks, okay? Because I'm the nice person who doesn't complain. So, like, I had an appointment on Friday, for example, for 11. When I tell you I was there at 3 p.m., because other people showed up. And then when I showed up for my appointment, she did someone else's nail because one came off. And then she left me at the seat because someone came in for a facial. And so I just got annoyed at some point and walked out. And she's like, oh my God, I haven't massaged your hands. It's part of the service. Fuck that. If you're going to be an asshole to the nice people and the nice people show their hands. If I'm a bitch to you after I've been nice, it's your fault. Okay? Don't think.
Actually, Gathoni, you're an asshole to yourself because who told you to wait that long?
No, no, no. I mean, I was done. I was still waiting for my nails to dry. Don't worry.
No, but if even after the 15th text, cancel that
No,
person.
the only
Even give
reason,
me
let me
their
tell you
number,
the
I'll
only
cancel
reason. The
them
only
for
reason
you.
is because I had a wedding on Saturday and I didn't have an option. I was
Oh,
like, I have to
yeah.
get my nails done today. If it was any other time, actually, I don't even know if she's seeing my nails again. Do you understand? Like, I'm done. Because I'm just like,
She's not, just save her as don't paint and let's move on.
not don't paint,
And
but I'm just like,
actually,
don't be mean to people who are nice. Like, it's not necessary.
yeah,
And this theory that the world
Yeah,
has
for
that good
sure.
people don't win is fucked up, and fuck all of you. Kindness wins. But remember, if a nice person gets mad, it's your fault. I just wanted to say that.
listen, sorry about that, Gathoni. In an update, I've discovered who Don't Pick is because they are now on WhatsApp.
Yeah, on WhatsApp.
Uh, and it's a butcher shop. It's a business number for a butcher shop. I can't tell you.
Who's the butcher hitting on you?
I
What the
have no
heck?
idea.
Did they sell you bad
Here
meat?
it says,
What
it
happened?
says limited.
Did they want to give you extra meat?
They are on Magadi Road. I have no idea.
She got not
But
extra
anyway,
meat.
enough. Let's get to the episode.
Wow. I hope you guys enjoy.
Today, we are doing a self discovery type situation where I'm going to ask my sisters questions that will help us get to know each other better, maybe. I don't know, or get to know ourselves better. Um, so, the questions I'm asking are all from a journal I bought for myself. There's a time where I was like, I need to start journaling every day. How's that going for me? It's not. I have 17 journals and I'm writing in none of them, but it's the thought that counts. Anyway, so I saw this journal on Instagram. If you know anything about me, I'm an Instagram shopping queen, and it's by a Kenyan person, and it has like um questions at the beginning because sometimes when you go to journal and your brain's like so
Yeah,
they
need
have
prompts.
Yeah.
for a time. Thank you for being my dictionary. Nyam, what does prompt mean?
Prompt is exactly that. Prompt. It means to nudge. It
The fact
means
that you did
to
not say thank you
give
for this question,
an
you're cancelled.
explanation.
It's expired.
Sour bus. Can never win with this my kamusi.
Correct. Now, so what I'm going to do is ask you questions from that prompt because there's a question that I got to and I didn't have, maybe that's why I stopped journaling this book. I got to one and I didn't have the answer for it. And so I'll just ask you questions from this. And my first question to both of you is if you met your younger self today, specifically your 7-year-old self, what would you tell her? So go
You
back
said
to seven.
7.
Yeah, when you were 7.
7-year-old.
Yam, you were in standard one.
Wow.
Me, I would tell myself, brace yourself for some highs and lows, girl. They're coming.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think when I had just turned 7, like the folks got married the year I turned 7. I remember it being like an exciting time because I'm going to have a new mom, and then after that came Shiko and all of that. So
I've literally just like I was listening to you talk and I was like, that's not what happened when I was 7. And I
yeah,
realized you were 7 at a different time.
yeah, yeah. I was seeing you crossing your face, and I was like, "Wait, what? Am I lying? No, I was 7."
If you are lying, she would
Um,
not know because she was not yet born.
it's because she was, but a thought in the Lord's mind.
Amen.
Um, yeah. So I remember that year being like an exciting time, also like a changing time because we went from just living the three of us to mom joining. Like, so I feel like that was the beginning of, not the beginning, a continuation of a lot of change because it was like 2 years in after the accident. So I feel like I would tell my younger self to just like brace for some changes, but that she'll be okay. Yeah.
Shiko, what would you tell your 7-year-old self?
I was really trying to think of where I was at 7, but I guess I was like in class 1, class 2, around there, standard 1, standard 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in my Riara days. I think around that time we had also just moved to Karen.
Yeah.
So I feel like there was a lot of change happening in my life. I was starting standard 1 or standard 2 or whatever it is, and also moving to a totally different side of town where I didn't really have any friends or knew anyone, because when mom moved out there, Karen wasn't what Karen is these days. There was literally nothing. I remember us moving there, and like just around us, you would think we lived on a farm, no animals, but just like
Mm.
land everywhere, because our house was one of the only ones that was built. So I think 7 for me was just a very weird time. Um, if I would tell my 7-year-old self something, I would tell her the adventure is just beginning. Brace yourself.
So cool that you
How
have the same
about you,
message for
Gathoni?
your 7-year-olds. Myself, I think I'd tell her, your dreams come true. Because I feel like it was around 7 where I remember praying. This is going to sound crazy. I remember praying for a house that smelt. I wanted to live in a house, an apartment specifically. I don't know if I watched a movie or what it was, but I wanted to be in an apartment with a dog, and I wanted to be like, my own babe. And then because of mom, I wanted to have my own like signature scent. Because mom, there's a way mom smelled. There's a way like her car smelled like her. She smelled like her. She like if you walked into a
Mm.
place, you just be like, mom has been here, and it smelled so yummy. And I wanted that for myself.
That's
And
Chanel.
man,
Mm.
Yani, it was just mom. And then the other day, I was just like, oh my God, I'm that babe. So I think I'd tell myself, because I feel like that's my 7-year-old self is the one who prayed for those things. I'd be like,
Mm.
prayers were answered. That would be my
Yeah,
thing to her.
that's cool.
Because, like, I have a signature scent, I have a dog in an apartment, and I
What's
have
your
a car.
signature scent?
Yeah, actually,
It's
what's
that
your
Bath and Body
signature
Works
scent?
one.
Yeah, the Bath and Body Works one. It's the one everyone
Which
like,
one?
Into
I
the
just know
woods.
it's from there. I don't know
timeless,
which one it is.
not into
It's
the
the brown
woods.
one.
It's gold, maybe?
In the stars.
The
Silver
brown
stars.
one.
In the stars. You know how I know it's like become my
Into
signature
the
scent?
stars.
Nyam, you're lying. Someone
Sure.
bought it for themselves, sprayed it on themselves, and they were like, yeah, I smell like Gathoni. Like, it's just become that thing of, oh my God, it's Gathoni smell. It's so great. I
Mm.
love it so much. And then it's
You're
woody
saying
because I
me
like
I'm
it to
fake
put.
and Chico was like, it's the brown one. Like, how many brown ones are there? You're so crazy.
I said, no, it's gold. It's that you called it
Okay.
into the stars. Who is going into the stars, guy? Anyway, my next question for you is, what is a time you felt proud of yourself, and what had you done?
Gathoni, why don't you start us off?
A time that I felt proud of myself. I feel like a time I felt proud of myself very recently, specifically, is when I have decided or taken the step into like registering a company for something that I feel like I want to do. And I feel like it's been one of those things where in my head it's something I've wanted to do for so long. And then I've talked myself out of it for so long. And then I was just like, fuck it. You know, and the idea of it is very scary, but the concept of it is also very exciting, and I don't think I've done something for myself, like for myself self, in a very long time. And this feels like it's for myself self, like it doesn't make sense to anyone else. The concept has not been tried and tested. So I feel like I am proud of myself for doing, like, for taking a chance. It feels like I've taken a chance on me, and I don't feel like I do
Mm.
that a lot. So that is something I'm proud of myself for.
Nice.
Good for you.
Manjiku?
Um, I think this year in general, I'm just really proud of myself. I've been having very honest and open conversations with myself about what I want, where I see myself going, what the desires of my heart are, and even just like the people I want to bring with me or the people that I don't, which sounds very dramatic, but it's not even like that. I think the beginning of that was obviously leaving my formal employment. So that's that big step that I'm really proud of recently that I've taken. I feel like, as small as it may seem to others, to me it was a very big step and has really opened my eyes to what I want.
Hmm,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
dope.
that's cool. Um, so as both of you have been speaking, I've thought of new things, but when you first asked the question, I think the thing I feel I'm most proud of, or the thing that jumped to my mind, is when I went back to school as an adult to do my
Mm.
CIM. And I did it in 2018 while I was holding down a job, and it was really difficult juggling both. I was thinking about it now because I'm supporting my students in their assignment support, and I feel like it helps me have more empathy because I remember what it was like. Really just like struggling to put your assignment together, feeling like you don't have it down. And so finishing that qualification for me, in as much as it was the going back to school, I feel like it also boosted my confidence as far as what I do now. And so my training, my teaching, everything I think kind of stemmed from doing that CIM qualification. So I think that's one of the things I'm really proud of in terms of not getting down on myself and then pushing through like the wildness of it, because I feel like I'm seeing the fruit um, of doing it. Yeah. Yeah.
So good. Wow. I always play around with the thought of going back to school, and then I remember how much I hate school, and that thought goes away. Okay, so what is one thing that you picked up from someone in your life, or something that you picked up in your life because you had it from someone else? Like, is there something you've started doing just because you saw someone else do it?
Feel like it's a lot.
Like what? Give me three examples. Wow, I'm a teacher. Look at me go.
No, like I just feel like in general, like we're such creatures of like we adapt and we like see people doing things and then all of a sudden we're like, oh,
Yeah,
let's do
it's my
this
thing
too.
now.
So, hmm,
Mine is weird.
what is
What
it?
is it?
It's how I write the letter B. So, you know how you're taught how to write the letter B is like stick and then draw like the belly or whatever
Stomach.
you want to call it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So it's stick, then draw the stomach. Then one day when I was in A levels, I saw someone do it like with the stick and then just like it almost looked like the
Please
if you're a
stop.
musical
That just
person.
already says that your line is not going to be straight.
Exactly. I don't need my line to be like it doesn't go down at the bottom. It looks like a number six almost, but a straight one. So I don't know why. After that, after I saw that person, I don't know what it is about. Now anything that needs like a P, a Q, or whatever, I don't start from the stick, I start from the curve. And I can't like I've tried to go back, guys. I can't. It just feels like so weird to do the stick and then the belly.
You
I
have
just start with
combo
the
letters.
belly.
All your letters are crooked.
They are, but guess what? We praise the Lord for
So does it look
typing.
like a
Hallelujah.
cursive B?
Mhm.
No,
You're
it
going to
doesn't
have to
look
draw
like a
it for
cursive
us.
B, but
It just looks
it's
like a number
just like
six.
it's not. It doesn't
It
get
looks
to a
like a
number six,
sufuria
so it's like a number six, but it's straight. And but I do
Like
it
a
with the Q's. I do
sufuria.
it with
with
the
a
P's.
handle.
I do it with P's. So now everything starts
Oh.
from the belly instead of like the stick.
Oh, instead of the stick.
Yeah.
What an interesting. Wow.
And
You
I
have
can't
really
do it.
told
I
me
can't
much.
change. But yeah, that's the weird thing I picked up from someone else.
You know, I think one thing I've picked up from someone else that's also strange is wiping down my toothbrush after using it.
Wow.
Because
Same.
I
Oh,
never
how?
used to wipe my toothbrush after using it. Like, so Christian, like
What do you
after
wipe it
he's
with?
done with his toothbrush,
Mm-hmm.
he takes it on a towel and like actually like wipes it down to make sure like it's completely whatever, and then
Dry.
he puts it away. Yeah.
Like not the bristles, the handle.
He'll first do like this until the bristles are kabisa kabisa dry, and
As
then
she's
he'll
saying
take
doing like
a
this, she means
towel.
she's saying
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Say
shakes
what's
it.
yeah, he shakes it. I was
your
going to
brain
be
said
like
rifa
rifa
rifa.
He
rifa.
shushes it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shishes. Uh huh.
Yeah.
And then he wipes down the
And then
said,
handle.
wipes it.
and then he wipes down the handle with a towel, and it was something that I never did. But then he was like, "Why don't you wipe your handle?" And I was like, "I just don't do it." And he's like, "Could you just do it? It just bothers me when I see the water all over it." And I was like, "It's not going to be there tomorrow; it'll dry." But if it's, I just
For the
choose,
sake of your
and now I just
relationship.
do it.
Okay, that's cool.
Wow. I didn't even know
So
there are people who
Yeah,
do
interesting.
that.
even me.
Mm.
Wow. Okay.
It's
I've
like how
learned
I've heard of
something
some
new.
people who wash their toothbrush with soap. Anyway,
What do you
Ah,
mean?
so the bristles and everything, like they run
are they
soap
called
through them.
bristles or bristles?
I think the T is
Uh,
silent.
is it bristles? Those
Yeah.
ones. So they put like they after they brush their teeth, they put like soap on the thing and then actually like scrub it. You know, like the way you'd wash anything else,
Like
like
hand
laundry,
soap.
whatever. Yeah, hand soap or like your bathing soap, and then you wash it and rinse it out,
Uh-uh.
like completely wash it and rinse it out. And
See,
I thought
toothpaste is soap.
so now because so their argument is normally like because she go fast. I don't know about that, but
It
Chico
is.
said science. Okay.
Please,
Toothpaste is soap. Mouthwash,
it's
soap
it's
for the
soap for
mouth.
the mouth. We are
Okay,
in
so
agreement.
now because see
Shampoo,
now people know,
soap.
you're right there. I agree with you. The other two, I am not sure, but now because you know how you get the like what's it called plaque, the build up
Mm.
or whatever. It's like they're like they wash that out. And someone else was like, it's the only way they can share toothbrush with like their partner or whatever. Because I think the conversation was around that. So it's like, would you ever share a toothbrush with your partner? And they were like, yeah, if I wash it. And I was just like, is this a thing that people do? Anyway,
Me and Christian share toothbrush.
Yeah, no, sharing is not odd. It's the like washing
Not
with
like
soap
the head.
before.
sharing a toothbrush. First, let's define what sharing a toothbrush is.
We have
Because
one toothbrush. So
But you use an
I really
electric
like nice
toothbrush.
things. Yeah. So I bought like an electric toothbrush and it was really expensive. It's
also
actually
you
very
remove your own
embarrassing.
head,
So we each just have a head, and then we
okay,
have
the same
The same
toothbrush.
one
one, whatever.
Okay.
toothbrush, yeah.
Nyam,
Which
when
is
you
why I
said
guess it's very important that I wipe down my
you're right.
Your
toothbrush.
Yeah.
toothbrush. Yeah, it
Nyam, you
makes
said
even more
it's not
sense.
weird. What do you mean? Because
No,
is your toothbrush
not
electric?
please. Not forever, but there have been situations where we've gone somewhere and there was no toothbrush, so we shared a toothbrush.
Whoa. Me, I'm
For
not
one
at that
time.
place in life.
Friends, you're making out all the time with the same person. What are you talking about?
But that's plaque.
It's not forever.
When you're making out,
Bitch,
you're
It's
not
the
like
plaque
in
making
and
an
my
out
plaque
the
coming
plaque.
emergency.
together.
Anyway, you
There's no
can also just
emergency like
rinse your
that.
mouth
And
Mouthwash.
deodorant?
with
This is where I
toothpaste.
say mouthwash is soap.
And
Because
deodorant?
is it spray?
No.
Roll on.
Roll on.
Mm.
Me have shared roll on before.
Me have
Just
shared
wipe
roll
the
on, I
first.
can't lie.
Yeah, you just swipe
Exactly.
the
Wipe the
kapat,
first
the
kalea.
I'm
first
trying to
leaf
remember.
like this. Then you
And
after
if
that
if it's the rolly one, is if it's a stick one, it's easy. You just wipe the stick
yeah,
and
you
then
just
you
wipe it.
paka on
Even the
yourself.
rolly one,
But
I'm
like
like,
even the
huh?
rolling one,
Yeah, you just
Okay,
roll
so
you
it
now
roll
a
my
it
couple of
question
times.
is
and then you roll
after
it on
you've used it,
yourself.
do you rewipe it? Or do you let them
No,
now figure out if they like, oh
It's
my
up to
god.
their
them to
own.
wipe. But now,
Exactly.
after
To
learning
each their
Shiko's
own.
wiping of the toothbrush, maybe I'll be wiping. Anyway, nowadays I have deodorant everywhere, even in the car, so I don't foresee a sharing situation. But just in case, you have really
Wow.
judged
Even
us.
you've never shared deodorant?
I feel like I have with maybe once. I feel like I have.
In
But
boarding
starting for
school, we
someone.
used to share miss. She's
Me, I
miss.
never
La la la
ever.
la la
Also,
la.
Miss was for spraying. Me, in Kwanzaa in boarding school can never be me. Let me tell you, if I'm sharing with you deodorant, I must really like you. You must be someone I love. There's someone who asked me for deodorant. Actually, this is how I know I don't know if I would. Someone asked me if I have deodorant, and I said, huh? And I had it, but I pretended because they were ready to wipe, and I was like, I don't know you like that. I don't know where your pits have been. I don't
And
know.
lip gloss?
Gloss I'm
Even lip
fine with,
gloss is
but
a wipe.
also with who it is. It depends on
Yeah.
who I'm giving the gloss.
Mm.
whether I allow
Well, we
them
have
to lip
discovered
it
so much
or
about
thingy.
sharing.
Anyway,
I
in this
think
same thing,
um
you, what have you adopted from a person?
honestly, I can't think of one specific thing. I do remember like the first time I was hosted at a friend's house in Kampala, being like, this is the kind of vibe I want to bring to my hosting all the time. So I don't know if that really counts because it's just like going above and beyond, or like um from her I just felt like shared food should be like a great experience. So I always go above and beyond when I'm hosting. And it's not like one specific thing, because it's not like, I mean, maybe there's like a few recipes that I picked, but like it was that she always had a starter, a main, and like a dessert, or at least like main with salad and then like a dessert. And because I already love dessert, I'm just like, for me, anytime I host, I feel like I'll always do a starter, even if it's like chips and dip, and then have like a meal and a dessert. So I think that's something I picked from going to her house. And I was like, oh, yeah, I don't have to just cook the meal and serve fruits, because that's what most people do. Like it's like a watermelon,
Fruit salad
you
and ice
know.
cream.
Yeah. So I think, especially because I love to bake or try new recipes, it just ended up being like a thing. So I get anxious if I'm hosting people and I haven't thought through like an entire experience. And I think
I feel
that's
like if you're going to host people, like you need to give at least two courses
girl,
if you're inviting them over
that's
for a
not
meal.
normal. I don't think that's normal.
Why?
I don't know.
It's not normal.
I don't think it is. Not
Me myself,
culturally.
because I don't cook. I cook one meal. No, do I?
I feel like you and
No,
I
but have you ever even
Oh no, I always
invited people
have.
for dinner?
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
I've
she
had game
does
nights
she
and
does
everything. I like
game
hosting. I
nights.
like hosting game nights and everything, but I feel like then it becomes more of, it's very
But game night is
snacky.
different.
Yeah, I feel
Exactly.
like it's
Game
very
night is not
snacky, and
like
then you give them a meal, and then they're cool because it's more drinks and snacky. But actually, I always
exactly.
have like ice cream and something. JK, always have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know. I feel
me To
like
be
two is
honest, I've
standard.
been very many places where it was just like food,
Wow.
which is why I started to bring
Yeah.
desserts a lot of the places I go also.
Anyway, Christian's friends once invited me to their house for 7 o'clock cookies and milk,
What?
and I
7
can't.
p.m.
Like
That's a
7 p.m. we're
cultural
invited to their
thing.
house for like a game night or whatever it is at 7 p.m. And granted, it was a game night, just me and Christian and them two. Like it wasn't like a bunch of people or whatever it is.
Yeah.
7 p.m. Saturday night. They were like, "Oh yeah, we'll have cookies." Okay,
Dang.
so we went to their house. They had cookies. They offered us water and milk. That was
Damn.
it. That was the last time I
How
went
long were
to
you
their
meant
house
to be there
anyway.
for the game night? 30
Me, I don't know,
minutes?
but I wasn't there very long. I think we were there maybe like an hour, and I was like, "Let's go to a bar or something." Because even if like it was just a struggle. Not everyone is meant to host, but it's okay. They're
Yeah.
good people. Their hearts are good. We just don't need to meet in their house ever again.
Facts.
I also went to a French person's house in UG once, and literally they had baguette and like olives, but like at 8 p.m. Then they were like, "Will you have like wine?" I was just like, "We should have eaten before we came," because I was just
Because you're
like,
gonna drink this wine and you're gonna be
"Yeah."
lit.
And the
On
wine was
bread.
flowing.
That's
The
I'm
wine
basically a
was
sure.
fancy.
definitely flowing.
That's just a fancy
I was
Holy
like,
Communion.
oh, and I think they had like brie as well. So I was
It's
just
if
like,
Jesus had olives.
"Hey,
Yeah,
if
that's
Jesus
like
had
if Jesus
olives,"
showed
I
up
was
with him,
like,
he's like, my
a Holy
Mashakura board.
Communion with olives. Cause damn. Yeah. In fact, there was no
Wow.
cheese. It was just olives and a baguette. I was
Jesus, that
just like,
sucks.
no, no, no.
Okay, so I
Yeah,
guess
mom's
then
mom's food has to be there. I'm like, I understand it.
Yeah, or
Honestly.
you
But I
bring
guess
this is
maybe it's
also
also how
now.
we grew up. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I also feel like it's cultural, like African. You
Yeah,
know
it's
what I mean?
African
Like you
You
don't go
culture.
to
always bring
someone's house and not
something.
feed them and not
Yeah.
and show up empty-handed. Like there's
Yeah.
so many
Also
people
that.
who've come to my house for dinner without anything, which
Not
is
even
Yeah.
flowers.
wild to me. Not even flowers.
But
Not
I think
even
maybe that's,
flowers.
I would say that's an African thing, maybe also.
No.
Ama?
We've had some Africans come to my house without bringing anything, but
But
Shots
which
fired.
country are
Pew,
you
pew,
talking about?
pew.
So,
We already know.
but it's a rare
wow.
occasion.
Yeah. Okay, so where did you think you would be now if you think of your age as a kid?
Wow. I thought I would have children. I thought I would be married. I thought I would have at least 3 kids by 30 because I always wanted like that number by
Yeah,
30. Um, Career wise, I don't think any different because quite honestly, I've done a lot career wise that I wanted to do. Um, I never really saw myself as CEO, whatever it is, like never that. Yeah, I think everything that I wanted to achieve by 30, I have other than the children thing, which is not a goal anymore. So I'm actually quite content.
nice. Yeah.
I was sure like I'd be like prepping to send my firstborn to like college. Well, not because yeah, I should have been like well traveled because of course I would have been an air hostess. I would have retired also now after so much travel and just like have so many tickets. Of course, now just hanging out with my husband, and that's like the life we live. We just fly around and go to the younger kids' games. That was the vibe. So hella different. But um knowing what I know now, also, I'm also still very content. I don't, no regrets. It happened the way it did for a reason as well. And you,
Okay.
Gathoni?
I'd have been a lawyer like Ali McBeal, wearing heels and suits all the time.
You
I'd
wanted to be
have,
a lawyer?
hey, let me tell you, Ali
Younger
McBeal
Gathoni
really
was
lied to
crazy.
me. Anyway, I'd have been wearing heels and suits all the time. I'd have had my own firm. I'd have been married. I'd have had 3 children also by the time I was 30 because, yuck, who's running around with children over the age of 30? Anyway, uh, no to the law, no to the marriage, and no to the children,
And not to the suit.
and no to the heels because
Yeah,
sneakers, did I not know about them? I
literally,
mean, have
you
you seen
did
the color that
the
can come on
complete
the
opposite.
I did the complete opposite. I'm like, I wear crop tops and, you know, tights to the office. I think I like this life better. But yeah, younger me didn't know. It's not her fault. She didn't have access to the internet. Okay, guys. What was your favorite activity as a child and why did it bring you joy? Mine was reading. I could read for hours. You know what I liked reading? What were those twins called? Sweet Valley. Oh
Sweet
my
Valley
Kate
God.
and Ashley.
University.
Sweet
Oh,
Valley Kids, Sweet Valley
Sweet
Sweet
Valley
Twins,
Valley
High.
Sweet
High.
Valley High, Sweet Valley University. Oh my God.
You. Exactly.
Sitting with those babes, I really had a good time. Ask me their names now, I can't tell you. But I really was invested in those twins. Okay. And
I want to
it
say
gave me
one is
such
called
joy.
Jessica,
And I felt like the
but
other one's called
For
Elizabeth.
sure.
But really, who knows? Okay. But it just gave me such, I used to love just sitting and reading. I remember when I discovered Francine Rivers and I finished, I can't remember the name of the series, but I finished like there's one book that was like probably 500 pages and I finished it in like one night. Because it just, the reason it brought me joy is because I really have, I feel like when I read a book, I see what's happening in the book. Like I get to imagine who the person is and the spaces are and all of this. So it felt like I was really going on this journey in a place that I really know well when I had no idea where it was. It was an
Have you tried
imagination.
rereading those books?
No, I haven't. I'm even
That would
afraid.
be fun, I feel.
That would be
You'd
so
be
much
like,
I
what
fun.
the
feel like
hell
you
is
can.
this?
I think you can be
Yeah.
like, "What the hell is this?" It's like how
You're
they
like, what
say
is the
those old
story?
movies. You're
The
just
ones I'd
like,
want to
"What?"
reread are Nancy Drew and Hardy Boys because I was really like, who is the killer? Now I'm sure I'll open page one and I'm like, anyway, it's the dad. So I really want to, I should find those. Because I remember like Nancy Drew, I read the files, Nancy Drew files like from 1 to like 250, like just in a row. I used to go to the library, I'd borrow like 5 in a week. I'd borrow 5 to 7 books from the library and finish them, like just clean out. And it Blyton, like with all of her books of pixies and teddy bears that used to come to life. And I really used to test my teddy bears to be like, Ebu, let me put its hand like this to see if it moved at night. I mean, what a life I have lived. But it gave me such joy.
Did it move?
It really
Yeah.
didn't. There's once it moved, and then I remembered that something had fallen. So it wasn't my teddy bear. But anyway, I had a dream, guys. I had a dream.
Wow,
I
that's so
think for me,
interesting.
I enjoyed being at the piano. I used to
Mm.
just like sit there and like hit different keys and like try and learn songs that were on the radio or whatever it is, just by messing around, like F around and find out kind of thing.
Wow, F.
And I yeah, it was fun. And then when we had internet on my phone, I would try and load like a YouTube video on like a tutorial on how to play something, and it would take me like an hour to buffer like a 13-minute video.
The good
And
old days.
you watch a little bit, and then it starts, you see that a YouTube circle just going
Mm.
around and round and round. So it
Yeah.
would take me like 2 days to learn one song. But it was really fun. I used to get in trouble though, because I was supposed to be reading my music and learning all those classical CG
Yeah.
words. But
This
my
old
my
man
teacher
once
would
knew
come the
his.
Saturday and zero work, zero
Nothing
progress.
has been
But I knew
done.
how to play Beyonce. So
And that's on
in
par.
my book, that was a win.
The one
Okay.
Yeah.
song I remember from the piano book is one for this old man once knew his na na da na 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 na. I feel I
That's
have
book one.
trauma. Yes, because I was made
Yeah.
to restart book one by 3 different teachers, and
Several
I was like,
times.
guys, I'm on book two. I had reached book three. Then they're like, no, we're starting again. I'm like, but I can place my fingers. Anyway, that song haunts
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna say playing. When I think of like young yam, like I'm thinking of like Kati, Blada, Banos. And then I got
Rounders.
older and it was like basketball, rounders, like I feel like playing group games was like a fun thing for me. Um yeah, and maybe that's why I'm still so very competitive, even when we're playing like random games, like on game night. Everyone's just like, "Nyam, just take it down a notch." Like it's not that serious. But really, is it not that serious?
It really isn't.
Yeah. So I think just playing, I feel like I was so responsible at home. So having the opportunity to play at school was really like a blast. Yeah.
So good. I only have but two more questions for you guys. The first one is, what do you feel like you deserve in life?
Oh.
Hmm. I think I deserve peace. Um, I think I deserve rest. I think I deserve fair compensation for the amount of work that I put
Hmm.
in whatever industry it is that I decide to work in.
Yeah.
That's, I think, all I think I deserve. Everything else is earned, right? I think.
No, if you think you
Oh,
deserve it, even if you're going to work, it's not about how you get it, it's I deserve it. So I feel like it's one of those things for if I feel like I deserve a big house, for example, how I get to it might be earned or I have to work hard or whatever it is. But like if you are asked, what do you think you deserve? No, maybe how do you work towards it? None of that, just what do you think you deserve in life and or not.
yeah. I think Answer remains the same. Peace, rest, fair compensation.
Hmm. Cool. Yeah.
When I thought about it, also, my only answer was peace, which I'm really enjoying currently, and has become like my standard for everything, whether it's like dating, relationships, like, is it impeding my peace? Even work, by the way, sometimes I'm like, the way a client approaches me, or even how we start engaging, I'll usually be like, will this be a place of peace, or like, will it be dramatic if you're already pushing me to send certain things without giving the time to process the things that you actually need? Like, sometimes I'm like, is this gonna be worth the lack of peace at some point in the future? So I think, for me, peace is, it's nowadays my bare minimum.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do
I
you want?
think I
What do you
deserve
deserve?
safety is something I think
Mm.
that is really important to me. Um, I also think I deserve to be rich because I'm such a bougie child, and I'm just like, God did not make
Honestly.
me this bougie to have me be a pauper, you know? So I just like a princess ship. Am I? Where's my yacht for me to shake my ass in a phone in Dubai? Like, why does it have
Yeah.
to be his? No, it's mine, and I feel like I deserve it because I'm just like, sometimes it feels very superficial, I guess. But I'm just like, I deserve it. I deserve to have the big house with a farm that I drew out on a paper when I was God knows how young. And I planned out where the trees would be, where the animals would be. I mean, that babe, why isn't she living on her farm right now? She deserves it. So for her, I have to be rich because, I mean, I really want to be able to sit in my house and be able to smell the pine from my pine forest because I'll have a pine forest in one corner
Whoa.
of my farm.
Do you
Does
I
time
think
mean,
do you
even
think you're
fully
putting in
established.
do you think you're putting in the work in order to achieve those dreams that you have?
I am for sure because I'm just like the things I've been able to do, the things, even how I'm behaving around my money, the like I've become very conscious about how I'm using money, a lot more of how can I invest, where am I investing, why am I investing that way, um, it's just what am I using my money towards, um, things like that. So a hundred
Mm,
percent, like there's things like, when you're like, if something changes, let's say if I got an extra client today, I'm still not changing my lifestyle because I have so many things. Like there's places I need that money to go because
yeah.
in a certain amount of time I want to be able to be like, if I don't want to work, I can still maintain my current lifestyle.
Hmm.
So it's being able to go through steps like that and think through things like that because, bruh, I'm not trying to be 60 working hard. You know, I'm
Mm,
trying to be 60 on a yacht in Dubai with Oscar's name on the side as he does. You know how you saw? Did you see the golden retrievers that had their? They were on a yacht that was called Retriever, and the three golden retrievers were just there chilling. I was like,
I haven't
this
seen
this
that.
is the life I want for Oscar. You see? So I mean, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my second answer. And peace is important also. I feel like a lot of the decisions I'm making are very peace driven and joy driven also because I'm just like,
mm,
if there's no version of, and I know you can't always have joy, but I'm like, if it brings me anxiety, I ain't got time for it. And yeah.
Hmm.
And so now, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for being here as my guest. I feel like I'm interviewing you guys. Anyway, my last question to the two of you, I guess, and myself is,
Wait, before you move on, I think safety was a very important one that you brought up that I would like to add to my list as well. That's a really important one, to feel safe.
yeah, it is right. Even in just like the most
Mm.
basic things, it's so great. And then on to my last questions. For you, my question is, what are 5 affirmations that affirm you right now in your life?
I don't know about five.
Okay, tell me the affirmations that affirm you right now in your life then. However many there. One, two, five.
Well, one that is like really top of mind because I say it all the time as a measure is I'm working on myself for myself. I don't know if that's an affirmation. I feel like it is, but
It
it's
is.
also like a gauge for me to be like, why am I really doing this? You know, is it for praise? Is it for someone else's benefit? Um, I mean, it's great if everybody else benefits from it, but the work I'm putting in, I'm working on myself for myself. The other one that say a lot from I am, it came up on the I am app, which Shiko introduced me to. And that's I am financially free. Sometimes I'm not, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
saying it makes me feel like, okay, I can work towards financial freedom, whatever that looks like, you know, not, yeah. So those are two off the top of my mind that at least I know I say severally. Um, yeah, but I struggle with affirmations, which is another other discussion.
Mm. I'm also like not like I'll have affirmations. I have affirmations that I have saved that I'm focusing on right now. However, I'm not like the type of babe who like have them on around the house or on the walls
Mm,
or where. And I'm also not like out here in the mirror reciting them to myself.
mm,
They're just more like things that I keep in mind and will look at like at periodic times through the day. One of them is I'm brave enough to take on new opportunities. The life I want starts now. I'm proud of my strength to walk away from what doesn't deserve me. And the final one is I stay true to the Shiko I want to be.
dope.
Mm. Those are nice. Mine, one is I'm proud of the mistakes I have made. The other one is I love me. Um, then one I really love that Mrs. Kev on stage is the one who she told it to herself or was her mantra for a while because she was going through a thing and hers is I'm worth it as is without change, without exception.
Mm,
So I've borrowed that one from her because I feel like a lot of times, sometimes it's just like, what do I need to change? How do I need to adjust? And it's just like, I'm worth it as is without change, without exception. And I always tell myself I'm beautiful, but that one I had to get, I feel like that one is out of, or I should say, I love me because that one was out of when I was bigger and everyone, you know, when everyone's telling you that you're not, everything feels like it's coming at you from a place of you're not worth it. Like it's like if you lose weight, you'll be deserving of what you have, and I ended up being in a space of a lot of self hate. And so there's a time like after I'd started working out when I could only do 5 squats and I was still like really breathing heavy and dying because of my 5 squats. I realized that there's something I watched, I think, that was just like it's you're in the same body, whether you're big or small. It's just the size of it that's changed. And if you don't love yourself at that place, it won't change because the size of your body has changed. And so I had to go
mm,
on a self love body journey where I had to be, like look in the mirror and be like, it's okay. I love you. And now I almost feel like, it's if that babe, that big babe didn't start doing her 5 squats, I would not be able to deadlift my 100 today, because she's the one who made the choice that has put me in this space now where I'm wearing my crop tops like a crazy person in the streets, always like I would not exist as I am if she wasn't the one. So if I didn't love her, I would not have the version of me now. So it's a lot of I love me and I am beautiful for that specific reason. And thank you all for
wait, I have
listening.
one more I wanted to add. So, because
Sure.
I have like this calendar that is like day by day, but it's like verses and just like now like biblical type, I guess, affirmations. And there's one from like June that I actually like screenshotted so that and favorited so that I can always go back to. And I guess that could count as an affirmation. And it's the Lord has a purpose for you to fulfill, the power to equip you, and strength to uphold you. Because then that, because my work has been very like, I want to do purpose driven work only going forward. Like, so it's to understand that I will be equipped and I will have the power to do it. So that's my last one.
Awesome. Thank you all so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Let us know your answers to any of the questions that we asked, or if you don't tell us, you can journal them because prompts, wow. Shiko, do you want to let them know where they can find us?
Sure. You guys can find us on all social media platforms at OKKiasi. That is OKAYKIASI. And if you do not have social media and still want a way to contact us, email will do. OKKiasi@gmail.com. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We appreciate you as always if you have gotten this far. As usual, I'm Shiko.
I'm Yam.
And I'm Gathoni.
This has been OK Kiasi. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.